Hello, hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, it's looking rather blurry today. How's it going? Happy Monday. If you tuned into the couple of live streams that took place over there, well, I take that back. I was gonna say if you tuned into the live streams from last Friday over on the USA Gundam TV channel, I mentioned how I was gonna be building this kit here live today, but that was only in the second of the two live streams anyway. So if you saw the live build last week of the what was it? The Kolaji. Yes, I built the Kolaji and the Husky kits from Himoxian. Go back and check out that live stream. Those kits are really cool, very unique. So check that out. All right. And yeah, long time no see. Yes, it has been a little while since the last live stream on this channel. If you guys didn't know, obviously, I have been doing some live builds over on the USA Gundam TV channel, so make sure you're subbed over there as well. A lot of the anything kind of like third-party kit stuff, other like early samples stuff that I get. I'm going to be live stream building mostly on that channel, and other like Bandai, Gunpla stuff like this, building over here. So just make sure you're subbed. On that note, here, I just want to show you this. Just got this sample in today. Ta-da! The new ATK Girl kit. So I will be live building this over on the USA Gundam TV channel very soon, sometime within the next couple days. Just got it here today, so I unboxed it. Now I have to actually go through and just like prepare it to live build, and then we'll live build it soon enough. So yes, the nine-tail fox kit here. We'll be live building that soon. It looks awesome. It's been a little bit since I built ATK Girl, so always looking forward to that. It's also been a good bit since Charlie and I have been able to catch you live. Well, yeah, that's good. And actually, Brian, on that note, I saw your message. I haven't had a chance to reply to you yet. Let me go ahead. I can just reply to you right now, but give me a second to check what you said. Basically, I saw that you had said that you were coming down at the end of August, but let me check my calendar because I think, unfortunately, that is when I will not be here. Let me see. Yeah, the 28th, 29th, 30th is when I'm going to be in Alabama. When exactly did you say that you were coming? Let's see, the 31st, Monday. So I think I might be here. I believe I fly back Sunday night. So in that case, I would be here. I stop back on the way home September 3rd. So yeah, if I'm not, yeah, let me double check on that when my flight is. If I'm not here on that Monday, then maybe stopping back on your way back. Yeah, might be better. If seeing me is an important part of your visit here, otherwise just come visit the store. I won't be here. Oh, and on that note, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to be speed running this. I actually don't have a ton of time. We have less than an hour and a half now before the end of the day. There's no requirement that I finish this all in one go and by the end of the day, but I would like to. And so yes, I'm speed running. Right? Forgot to tell myself. So let's get into it. But I got this. Thank you, David. I think so. These kits are really nice. A lot of really nice construction in there, and definitely a fair amount of parts, but should go relatively quick, assuming we don't have any issues. Another thing, you just want to be very careful not to lose these little clear parts for the eyes. Just a terrible misfortune if you do. But yeah, how was everybody's weekend? Hope that you had a nice weekend. I was at the beach yesterday, our first time at the beach this year, actually. It's just been kind of a busy summer kind of so far, just kind of every weekend we've been either doing this or doing that. And so it's the first weekend we've been able to make it to the beach. But it was really nice though, so that's good. kind of typical to this sort of year. It's been kind of rainy off and on, but yesterday was really nice. Very hot, of course, but good beach weather. All right, let's see. How's this good? So I should be building the head in super zoom so you guys can see all this really nice detail in there. This kit has been out for a little bit, so a lot of you guys probably might have the kit and might have it built already, or you've probably seen about the kit already, so it's not exactly new news for you, but I got it kind of late over here, and yeah, so unfortunately there's a little bit of delay to getting to this one for me. But when it comes to the SD or the MGSD kits, you kind of know at this point, it's not I mean, there's still not a ton of kits out in the line yet, but it's established enough, I mean, that you kind of know what you're getting, and you know that you're going to get a really nice kit. I will continue to always sing the praises of this line, as I would even venture to say, I mean, like, you guys know I love HGs. Just, I mean, and HG is kind of always going to be like my comfort food of Gunpla. But I would say that probably MGSD is probably like the best, just the best thing that Bandai is making at the moment, kind of regularly. I mean, you can't really count something like the PG Unleashed New Gundam as like something, but like of a line that is like a line that's coming out, you know, with some frequency. Although, again, you know, we don't have a ton of these kits coming out, but I would say it's the best thing that they're making these days, the MGSD stuff. They're just really nice kits. Like this, for example, I mean, like, you got that nice color separation here on the face, the red bits, the silver bits poking out, and this bit here, the neck joint. I was just noticing that when you have the head tilted up, so this is like when the head's going to be moving up, the cowl piece there at the back side of the head will tuck up into the head there, so that won't be getting in the way. You have the head tilted up. That's nice. Look at that. It just pops right out of there. So yeah, good stuff. All right, the silver part there on the front there as well. This part over the top, and oh, the V fin, yeah. Probably will be needing that. I think all of the kits in the line so far have had this feature where it's got a silver piece in behind the V-fin, so it gives you a little bit. And I don't remember on all of them, but I think on all of them there's a little bit of the V-fin that actually shows through the front as well. I think that's been a feature of all the kits in the line thus far. But there you go, you even got that text right there on the front, looking good. I'm glad I can show you this to you guys. And zoomed in like that so you can appreciate all that detail on there. So yeah, good stuff. I'm a big fan of this line. Have you guys been enjoying SD or MGSD? Yes, no? What's been your favorite so far? I mean, some really nice options, and I'm really looking forward to the Kshatriya. That's going to be super nice. I keep forgetting that that's coming out. It's one of those things. But yeah, you love Linjeng said they love putting in the they love MGSD except for putting in the eyepieces. Yeah, they can be, I mean, like, they always make me nervous, but I've never had them like fall out once they're in there. So the eye bits, yeah, they always make me nervous putting them in, and like I feel like they're gonna pop out and I'm gonna lose them because they're not really held in by anything except for just like a little bit of friction. But I've not lost any yet, so knock on wood. MGSD Queen Mensa, it would be cool. I mean, I've talked about this before, that the Queen Mensa is not one of my favorite designs. When was that? It was on a recent video. I feel like I was talking about that. But I mean, it would be cool though. No doubt about that. All right, this. So we're on the torso now. That was not clear. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Did you do anything fun? My goat Tequila. I don't know if Tequila is gonna get an MGSD, but I mean, yeah. As I've been saying lately, with the various releases we're getting out in HG from the G Gundam series, it's getting for me. It went from completely impossible, never ever gonna happen, to now I'm like, I would say 10 to 15% possibility, which is still not very high at all, but it's at least on the board. From like before, if you would have asked me like 2 years ago, even a year ago, I would have said no way, 0%. So I feel like that's something. A glimmer of hope, yes, exactly. I don't think I've seen anyone talking about the Hydra Gundam preview. Have you built the original from 97, thinking about picking it up? Yeah, so I have built the original Hydra Gundam. I have a review of it here on my channel. You can go just check it out. Just search HG Hydra. Well, now if you search HG Hydra Gundam, it's probably going to be a bunch of videos about the announcement. But if you just search 144 scale Hydra Gundam, I'm sure my review will pop up because there's probably not too many reviews of it out there. But yeah, I have built it, I have reviewed it, and it's a pretty cool kit for sure. I mean, it's easy to see why a lot of people, well, I can see why a lot of people want a new kit of the Hydra, not because the old kit is bad, but because it's a cool design, and even the old kit is pretty good. I mean, all things considered. So it just kind of makes you even more hyped to want like a nice new one kind of thing, you know what I mean? Interesting. But yeah, the old one's actually not that bad. It's one of those where it holds up pretty well, I think. An interesting connection here for the midsection. You have to put it all together like kind of diagonally, so then when you rotate it into place, it's all kind of locked in there like that. So that's definitely been a thing, and you even have this little bit of, it's pretty cool. I think other ones had this as well, cockpit detail there. So there's no pilot seated in there, but you do have that cockpit detail, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's definitely been one of the features of this line in general. There's a lot of like locking joints, in particular for like arms, legs, stuff like that, which is definitely a feature that I like, because it just makes the limbs feel a bit more secure. You just have to remember that they're there, like when you're going to do the disassembly, because it's definitely happened to me that I forget that that's there, and I go to like disassemble the kit. I'm pulling it apart, and I just like destroy the little tab, and all this is just like a little piece of plastic that just kind of holds the part there, and it's not a huge loss if you destroy that. You just kind of lose that locking mechanism. But I have done it before just because I forgot that that was there. So that's the only downside. You have to remember that it's there. But assuming that your memory is pretty good, then it's definitely a nice feature. Where is this supposed to go now? There is a hole. There it is. Just trying to see where this fits into here. There you go. Couldn't quite. It needs to like slot in between the bits of frame there. Get the position right. Let's see. What do you think about blockies transformers? So my experience with blockies is just very short. Just a couple of Evangelion figures that I just recently reviewed. from blockies. That's all the blockies that I have any experience with. I also have very little experience with like anything Transformers, so I wouldn't have anything to compare it to, because I know there's like all sorts of different Transformers toys over the years, and that's like a kind of a whole other different thing, as they have their own kind of version of like third-party / bootleg stuff, and it's a whole different thing. I know enough about it to know that I'm not qualified to talk about it, so I don't know. I know that blocky stuff is all like official or whatever, but yeah, just I don't have any experience with it, so I couldn't say. Generally though, what I have seen of blockies and based on my limited experience with it, I mean, I think the stuff's pretty nice. It's a little bit like a little bit more like towards like the toy feel than like model kits for me personally. I think like it's like nice quality stuff, but I prefer my model kits to be a bit more on the model kit side and less on the toy side, as I'm building a Gundam kit, which is kind of arguable there, debatable. It's definitely more model kit, but I mean, a lot of people in the modeling world might say that Gunpla are more on the toy side. But anyway, so there's our bust so far, and it's looking very nice. What's up, Infernal Exodus? We're going arms next. Okay, just gonna follow the manual as you do. Haven't built anything at all this summer. Can't wait to finish my master's. I was going to say, I know you've been busy with school, David, so I'm not too surprised that you haven't built anything all summer. But congratulations, though, on that, being almost done. That would be nice. I would love to go back to school. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know what for. Just got the RG Hainu, nice. Has the colada arrived yet? No. Not today. I could inquire with Adam. So if you saw the live stream last Friday, Adam talked about that, and he said that it might be coming this week. But so far today, I've not heard any further update on that. But I've also like barely been out of my office today, and I've seen Adam for like 5 seconds when he dropped off that sample ATK girl kit to me. But yeah, that's been it. So I could check. Yeah, the weather was great yesterday. Nice day at the beach. Saturday was pretty rainy. What did we do? Oh, we went to tried going to this like outlet mall. It's one of those like outdoor ones. It's like between the stores, all outdoor and all that. And while we were on to get a new swimsuit for my daughter, while we were on the way there, it just started pouring down raining. So can't really walk around the outdoor mall when it's like that. I mean, if it was one of us there alone with an umbrella, it might be fine just to try to get to one store we need to go to or something like that. But we weren't going to do that with the whole family. So we ended up going next to the mall. There's a Barnes & Noble. Went in there for a little bit and just kind of looked around. We all like going in there because we all love checking out the books and all that. And then the rain let up kind of enough that we were then able to go to the store. But I was kind of happy about it, to be honest, because shopping for anything is just not really my favorite thing to do, to put it lightly. But especially like shopping for clothes. Like, sorry to my kids, but and I love them, but I don't love them enough to make me enjoy shopping for clothes. But so So I was kind of relieved, or it was a nice kind of silver lining for me to instead of just going there just to shop for my daughter's swimsuit, that we also got to go into Barnes and Noble and just look around at some books for a little bit. Didn't buy anything, as I like never do. But it's always just cool to look around, see what's out there. Most all of my book buying, I usually just always get secondhand copies. Buying books new is just too expensive. I don't know. Just can't do it. You guys reading anything interesting lately? You guys reading that Dungeon Crawler series? I saw that's getting a what's it called? It's getting a TV series or something, isn't it? Right? I've seen it recommended, and I feel like it's probably something that I would enjoy. Maybe, but I don't know. I'm not that. I mean, at this point, I don't think I'm that really interested in wanting to read it. But are any of you guys reading it? What's your thoughts on it? Reading my individual tax return textbook sounds exciting. So David, after you get that, can I hire you to be my CPA and pay you in Gunpla? Because I have a CPA that I've been using for a while, and like he's fine, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool to like actually have somebody that I know. I don't know. Do I have this part for the hand in there right? I feel like I've got this in here backwards or something. Is that how that's supposed to be? Because how about MGSD Big Zam? I would love it. You guys know I want a Big Zam kit. If it's MGSD, that would be cool. So it's like that, which looks right when that's like folded out, but then when it folds in like that, oh, which I guess is maybe supposed to be the tab for plugging into the weapons, right? And then when you just have the hand open, it's just like that. The narrator for Dungeon Crawler is Carl Ray Porter. Also narrated Project Hail Mary. He's phenomenal for the audiobook. Oh, interesting. Yeah, maybe at some point, if I get the chance, I'll just listen to the audiobook for Dungeon Crawler. And then I don't know, if I end up like really liking it, then I'll stop listening and actually read it. Because I prefer to read stuff, but I mean, if it's something that, I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of on the fence as to whether I think it's something I'm really going to enjoy or not. I don't know. Currently reading up on safety tips and such for vacation, and that's good. Scheduled to be done by next winter. All right. The part is oriented correctly. All right. Thank you, Gundor, for confirming that. It ain't a complaint or nothing. I'm just curious. I can see how it reads as disgruntled. Oh, wait. Why is the upscale Xeon offered at USA GS but not the Fat Cat or Gun? I think Days Flow, just to answer your question, if you're still watching, I'm going back in the chat a little bit, like just 10, not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So it was, so it's just a matter of like the first couple of kits, the RX-782 and the God Gundam from Fat Cat. I think it was just like Adam's choice not to want to carry those. And, but seeing as like just kind of how popular they've been, when the Xeon was coming out, we had the chance to order it. He thought we'll just give it a try and just kind of see how it does. And so that's really kind of the only reason why. Audiobooks are great. I throw it on while I build. Nice. What up? What up? I need to, as I talked, maybe, when was that? I don't know. Maybe I've not mentioned it before or not, but I did recently join a local book club. Ooh. And it's the first book club that I've ever been a part of, so I also just kind of don't really know what really to expect. And I think probably it's not quite the right book club for me, as most of, well, at least the other day, like last month's meeting was the first meeting. And everyone else there were just like women. I was the only man, which is fine, and they're all pretty much into like like whodunit, like true crime, romance, mystery kind of stuff like that, which is just not really what I'm into. So not only, at least for the first meeting, and I don't know how it's going to go in the future, because it's just like a local book club for our area. Maybe it'll ultimately end up being different, but at least for now, I'm not only the only man, but only person who's into like retro sci-fi, that kind of stuff. So maybe it's not quite the right fit for me, and maybe I need to find something that's a bit more to my taste. I think there is like a lot more book clubs locally than what I'm aware of, so I just need to kind of look around maybe. But I don't know, for now I'll try it and just kind of see how it goes. But anyway, so the first book that we're meant to be reading this month is a book that I'm planning to just listen to the audiobook of, because I don't think it's something that I'm really going to be all that interested in, and I don't want to read two books at once. I'm reading something else at the moment. I'm still reading Dune. I'm on Children of Dune still at the moment. I'm like almost halfway through. It's been a little bit slow. I kind of like sped through Dune Messiah pretty quickly. It's like a shorter book as well. But yeah, definitely Children's taking me a bit longer, just because I've been kind of busy lately and had other stuff going on. Haven't had as much time to read over the past month, 2 months since when I started reading it. I am really enjoying it though, I will say. I've heard like mixed opinions from people as to how much they like Children of Dune. And I mean, maybe my opinion will change, but at least where I'm at now, I'm at about like 40%. And at the moment, I'm liking it. Oh, that's cool. How about Ulfer's book? I don't know what that is. Every woman I know is reading fantasy romance these days. Yeah, I mean, fantasy romance, or just like, yeah, like mystery romance, true crime romance, something. So this is a kind of cool little feature here. For the shoulder blade thingy, you have to like lift up this part, and then you can pull this out. I know the focus is a bit off. And then to put this in, you put that in, and then push this part down. It kind of locks that in place there in the shoulder. So that's a pretty cool little feature there. All right. Oh yes, and let us not forget about the twist and turn here. Put the arm on upside down, and then rotate it to lock it into place there. Pretty cool. And yeah, I've mentioned this before, but just to reiterate again, the Destiny, not typically one of my favorite Gundam designs. There's aspects of it that I like, but I do think, as usual with the MGSD kits, I mean, it just looks really good as an MGSD, in my opinion. Horus Heresy book series review. When? I don't know what that is. So I've recently acquired like a ton of books because I came across like 2 people. First at like a community garage sale thing. I think I talked about this before, but it was like a community garage sale I went to where I like walked up, and in this one lady's garage, she just had like these 2 bookshelves. It was like full of like retro sci-fi from like 50s, 60s, 70s sci-fi stuff, which is like exactly what I was looking for. I didn't expect to find anything like that, but like if I could have asked, like if I would have like gone to that like community garage sale that day and said a little prayer ahead of time, like, please let me find some retro sci-fi in here. and then she had just like a ton of it. And she was selling them for the paperbacks, which were mostly like mass market paperbacks for like the old stuff. She was selling those for 50 cents each, and the hardcovers she was selling for $1 each. So it's like I bought a bunch of stuff off of her. And then shortly after that, maybe like a month later, a guy on just Facebook Marketplace I saw had basically like the same thing. He had a bunch of stuff posted. He was selling his for a little bit more, but like for like a couple dollars each. I think I ended up getting like another 40 books or something off of him for like a couple dollars each, something like that. And his were all like, so he had just a ton of old sci-fi stuff too, because he used to belong to, I don't know if this is still around, if it's still a thing, but there was like a science fiction book club kind of thing that you could be a member of, and they would send you like a new book every month, something like that. So he had just all these old books, like these old like book club edition like hardcovers of like a bunch of like Asimov books and like Bradbury books and all this like all this old great sci-fi stuff, Arthur C. Clarke, and just kind of all that. So got a bunch of books from him too. So yeah, recently acquired a bunch of stuff, and now I just have like a ton of stuff to read. So it's another reason why I'm trying to like get on with finishing Children of Dune. So after, I have more Dune books too, but after Children of Dune, I'm going to take a break from Dune for a bit to read some other stuff, and then come back to reading some more Dune stuff later. But I don't know, actually, at the moment, because I still have a good amount of Dune left. I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to reach for after that. A lot of options. But I did see at the local secondhand bookstore here, she had, what's the author's name? I forget. Hang on, let me see. Ever introduce your kids with Goosebumps books? So no, my kids have not read any Goosebumps books, but my kids do read a lot. Especially my son loves to read, so he just reads stuff he's reading all the time. So that's good, but not Goosebumps. All sorts of other stuff. As far as like, I mean, like he mostly likes, I mean, he's still 10, so I mean, he mostly likes the like Diary of a Wimpy Kid type of stuff. Dogman, he was like really into, of course, for a while, although I don't see him reading Dogman quite as much these days. Strangely, he likes Archie comic books. This was at like I think, I don't know, at some point at Goodwill or something, there was a bunch of Arthur comic books there. So like I like handed him one. I was like, hey, do you think you would like this? Like flipped through it a bit. He's like, yeah, I think so. So we bought, I don't know, we probably have like 10 of them. He likes those. Like a lot of comic book stuff. But that's fine. We're the type of parents where like, reading, even comic books it's reading. And he does read other like novel type stuff as well. too, so it's not all just comic books. But I would say probably like 80% of the time when he's reading, it's comic book stuff. Yeah, Captain Underpants as well. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he likes that too. But yeah, at the local bookstore, I saw they had a few of the series. I think it's called Old Man's War. Yeah, the Old Man's War series by John Salzi. And I was looking it up, and it's like according to reviews and stuff, it looks pretty good. So I might go back and see what I didn't see what she was selling them for, but like I think paperbacks there she usually sells for like $3 or $4 each. Not bad. I mean, that's pretty cheap. But I mean, like if I could find them at like a garage sale or something like that, they would be even cheaper. But I mean, as far as just like getting them from an actual store, that's not bad. So I might maybe today after work, I'll stop by there on the way home and see. I'm trying to like save money, and I also just recently got a ton of books, so I really don't need to get any more books. But she had a few of them there. I don't know, very tempting. It looks pretty good. Sort of like the sense that I got, and this could be wrong. I don't know if any of you guys have any experience with that series. But I mean, just kind of what little I read about the book series so far, it seems like something that like Heinlein would have wrote. But I don't know if I'm sure like the language and the tenor of the writing is probably a little different than Heinlein's, but just kind of generally it seems like kind of along those lines. Give them The Hobbit. That's what I read. I actually do have The Hobbit, so that was one of the ones that I think it was the lady, yeah, at the old lady that had the garage sale like shelf full of books. She had an old mass market paperback copy of The Hobbit. I was like, I don't really like fantasy stuff that much, like for me personally. Although The Hobbit's like such a classic, like it's probably worth reading, even though I'm not really into fantasy. But yeah, I picked that up so that my kids, especially my son, so that he could give it a try. But yeah, so I did have that. I haven't given it to him to try reading it. I figure maybe a couple years later, because like even like Harry Potter, he read the first Harry Potter, and it like kind of took him a while. I think I talked about this before, but like he was kind of off and on for a while. He would read it a bit, then put it down, like he wouldn't touch it for like a week. He would come back to it, which is fine. He just didn't seem like that super into it, but like enough. And then he started reading the second one, and yeah, I don't think he's really made like a ton of progress on it. So I don't know if he's fantasy, at least like it's a little bit different, like The Hobbit and Harry Potter, a little bit different feel, but yeah, I'm not sure it's something that he's all that into either. But yeah, like among all of the books that I got from that lady, as I said, it's mostly all like retro sci-fi stuff, but there was a couple of other things that were like just cool old classics that I couldn't pass up to pick up there, because again, they were 50 cents each for the paperbacks. The Hobbit was one. The other one was Lawrence of Arabia, which is not called Lawrence of Arabia. I forget, it has a different title actually, but it's another one too. I thought, oh yeah, I'll take that because I'm sure it's a good read. Something for like later on when I'm wanting to take a break from other like sci-fi stuff, just read like a classic. That'd be good. Alrighty. Actually, maybe after Children of Dune, maybe I'll read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sleep, because I'm a big Blade Runner fan, And I have not read anything from Philip K. Dick yet. So it seems like that probably would be a good enough place to start. I have a couple of Philip K. Dick books. Actually, probably a couple is probably the exact amount. I think I have Do Androids Dream of Electric Sleep, and then I have another one which is just like it's just called like the Philip K. Dick Reader, something like that. It's just like a couple of stories, like, all in one. So maybe that will be the next thing. We'll see. Still haven't seen those movies, David. What are you doing? Blade Runner movies are great. Well, I know you've been busy with your school and all that, but when you're done with that or when you're ready to take a break, I highly recommend them. Both are great. The old one is like a classic. Although I think that the new one's actually kind of better, which people have different thoughts on. It's kind of hard. It's one of those where like the first one is like such a classic that like it's sort of heresy to say that the sequel could possibly be better, but it kind of is. It's really good. Anyway, they're both really good, so definitely check them out. Yeah, watch the first one first for sure. Do Gundam dream about Minovsky sheep? I don't know. I saw that there's a new film coming out from Hirokazu Koreeda. Koreeda is the. Speaking of cyberpunk noir, excited for the new Ghost in the Shell. I'm excited for the new kits for sure. I don't know. I've never really even watched like standalone Complex. So I mean, I've seen the original Ghost in the Shell movie many times, and I've seen the second one a couple times, and I've probably seen a little bits and pieces of like standalone Complex after that, and that's really kind of about it. I just don't really watch a whole lot of anime stuff, but I mean, I do like that genre. I mean, I like Ghost in the Shell. I'm definitely looking forward to new kits and stuff that we've got coming out on the way for that, but the actual series, I don't know if I get the chance to watch it, maybe I'll try to, but the kits is the main thing for me. Anyway, anyway, I think it's Hirokazu, I think is his first name. Suddenly doubting that, but Koreeda is the family name anyway, of the Japanese director, and I saw his new film that he has coming out is what's it called? Something to do with the sheep in a box. No, I can't remember. But anyway, just talking about sheep reminded me of that because I posted about this on Twitter, I think it was. I love the fact that the film title is a reference to The Little Prince. It's something about the sheep in the box. No, I can't remember. Hopefully there will be release of the kits. Well, I know for Ghost in the Shell, I know we have those the couple of minimum factory kits that are coming out. There's also Bandai has 30 minutes preference kits coming out. One of Motoko and one of the. It's not the Tachikoma. What is it? Anyway. Let's see. Sheep. I think it's just called. Yeah, it's just called Sheep in the Box. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I love Koreeda's films. I was right, it is Hirokazu. I love Korea's films, and I love the fact that the title is a Little Prince reference. So definitely Fujikoma. Yeah, that's it. Definitely looking forward to seeing that. Where are we on time? Oh, it's 4:20. Okay, we're making good time. Still gonna try to finish before 5. Let's try to stay focused in here. Lock it in. Where's that part? G2. What color is it? I feel like it's gray or something. It's got to be one of these. Must be this one. There we go. Oops, we're supposed to put this on first. I think that's okay. I can do it like that. I kind of wish that, speaking of, and I won't make this entirely a book stream, but I'll just say that I kind of wish that I could write so that I could be a writer. That would be cool. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things. I don't want to say that, like, certainly not one of those things that, oh, just anybody can do it. But I mean, just say that I can't write, I know is not correct. I mean, just because I've never really tried. But I have a friend, a good friend of mine who's a writer, and I don't know if I ever thought I might want to, like, seriously give it a go. It's nice to know somebody, like, in that industry with experience and stuff that I can go to when I have questions or something like that. Something to think about, and I have thought about it, but I just kind of, who has the time for anything like that? It's a lot of time to go from zero, basically not having written anything before ever, to, like, then wanting to write something. It takes a lot of time that I do not have. But it would be cool. I would like it. You should use speech to text to start short fiction. It's like, yeah, I mean, something like that would be kind of cool. I mean, it certainly would be better, like, just with the time constraint. I mean, just being able to just, like, write speech to text, just talk, like, you know, while I'm driving or while I'm working on a kid or something like that. I can kind of multitask, sort of, just to get some ideas down and then just kind of work on it from there. It would have to be something, you know, that's just like you just work on over time, for sure. Something to think about. But I do also enjoy, I mean, I think I've not tried that, so I mean, I could give it a try, but I think that I would prefer, like, the actual, like, tactile nature of, like, actually typing, just because I think it just probably would help me to actually focus more on what I'm doing rather than, like, trying to multitask, whatever. But that could certainly be a good tool for at least just, like, kind of working through ideas and all that. Kind of, I feel like I would enjoy writing in the same way that I enjoy reading, which involves, like, actually touching it. Like, I don't like using like a Kindle or anything like that. So I prefer to actually be like holding the physical book. And from what I've read, that is much better for you anyway. Just because it's like better for your memory and all that. You actually remember what you read more than if everything's all digital and on a screen. Which makes sense to me. I mean, I'm no scientist, but made sense to me. Wait. I've got a couple of like very, very vague ideas of what I think I might like to base a story on, but something that just requires a lot of careful thought and planning and time. And research too. Did you read about it getting better on a digital screen? Loving how the Destiny is building. I'll have to pick one up for try. It is really nice, I will say. Hydra, did you read about it getting better on a digital screen? I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry. You mean like that it's getting better than it was? Or are you pointing out the ironic nature of that I read about that on a digital screen, about reading on digital screens versus in books. The irony of reading, yes. Okay. Yes, that's true. You're right. It is ironic. I'll grant you that, that's for sure. And I remembered it. But I remembered it because it was particularly interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, it did make sense to me. The article was talking about how the physical nature of touching something and like the smell and like the way that the light hits the pages and everything like that, it just gives your brain kind of more information to kind of grab onto, to remember. And also the fact that like information is limited per page rather than like an infinite scroll of the book, like on a tablet that you're just kind of going through, you know, that you're just kind of, you know, scrolling through the whole time without any kind of like breathing room kind of in between, which would be like between the pages and all that. So yeah, there was some points in there that, I mean, like I said, it made sense to me. Ultimately, I mean, I guess, you know, just do whatever is more comfortable. And I just do really like the feeling of just holding a book too, right? So, you know, whether it's scientifically the better way to read or not, either way, it's the way that I enjoy. So bits. That works. The assembly. Oh my. It's got an interesting bit here in the instruction manual I can show you. So you're building the waist section here, and there's a big note. It says the assembly explanations resume on page 12, because we're going to skip over the center page. So I can't imagine like someone's going through the construction and they turn the page and like, wait, that's the end? It's done? Where's the rest of the instructions? I kept on like, yeah, I don't know. I like how Bandai makes their instructions so foolproof, but sometimes it's a little excessive. Like, all right, really? I don't know if anyone's... Foolproof is good, but I don't know if anyone's really that foolish. But maybe. Oops, we weren't supposed to put that on yet. I think we can put them on like this, should be fine. That, and then locked into place there like that. What is this for? Oh, it's for the front skirts, right? Nice. It's kind of cool attachment bits for the front skirts. The way that the connection pegs for the... So this will be in the center, and then the front skirts are attached onto here. But because those are both mounted onto this single rod here in the middle, you won't have it so that the front skirts are popping off, which tends to happen not on like MGSDs or any particular line, but just like model kits in general. I mean, I'm sure you guys have experienced that where the front skirts like to be popping off. And that's held in place like so. And this one here. Doing the same thing with physical books, reading through the Full Metal Panic novels at the moment. Anticipation for the Orange Cat kits. Oh, nice. What Full Metal Panic novels? You're talking like they're like translated Japanese novels? I would guess they're in Japanese. I've not heard of those published in English, but they could very well be. That sounds kind of interesting. Stop it. All right. There's our front skirt. Back skirt's pretty simple. You just have this center piece with the ball joints on the side. No locking peg there for the legs or the waist section. Just gonna fit straight onto there. We've got a pretty hefty backpack with this guy, so I didn't really notice anything that will work to lock like this the torso or anything to prevent the backpack from sinking it down. Where is this? Oh, that goes on the back of the torso. Suddenly realizing that that's been missing off of there. But the side skirts, interestingly, have a sort of lock on here, and that they kind of fit onto the peg or onto the ball joint one way, and then you have to rotate it there a bit. The ball joint's not like perfectly round. So there's our main body. Looks great. Looks really, really nice. There are official releases from a few years ago. Very rare. Oh, okay. Any chance we get a USA Gundam Store sale for the 4th? I would say that's a pretty good chance. I mean, do tend to have sales around the holidays. I can't say anything for sure, but I mean, you can probably guess. I certainly couldn't say anything about it in detail because I don't know offhand the details of any potential sale that there might be, but it's a good guess that there'll be a sale. All right. Backpack. If we can finish the backpack, we'll be happy. If anything, if we don't get to the weapons, that's fine. Should be able to finish the backpack though. Although the backpack could get kind of tricky if there's a whole lot of like left and right nonsense where I have to check the parts very carefully to figure out which one's left and which one's right. So we'll see about that. Also, yes, that's a B. This one here. Discount 4% for every $250 purchase. No, you know it'd be better than that. A lot smaller than I thought it was. I mean, the kits are not that big. SD kits feel even more childish than regular Gunpla. I personally don't think of these kits as SD. I think of them as MG. I mean, even in the name, they're Master-Grade SD. So just kind of, where's the part? Yeah. I mean, I think of them as Master-Grade SD Gundam. So if you had like, I mean, you have the Destiny Gundam, and then you have a Master-Grade Destiny Gundam, and you know what it means to be a Master-Grade of the Destiny Gundam. This is a Master-Grade of the SD Destiny Gundam. So yeah, I mean, it's still got that SD proportions, but it's a Master-Grade first and foremost, which means like the complexity, the details, the part separation, everything makes it a Master-Grade. The only thing that's SD about it is just the proportions. There's nothing about it in terms of like the actual build of it that makes it like an SD. It is kind of the way that I think about it. Because I think what a lot of people like when they think of SD, they're like, oh, you know, I don't like, you know, the fact that it's got all these hollow gaps, and I don't like you know, the lack of color separation. I mean, like, just generally the things that people tend to not like about SD kits are just not really a thing with these kits. I mean, because they have really good color separation, they have a lot of great detail, very complex builds here. Like, I'm going pretty quickly through it, but I mean, you have to remember that I also like cut and prepared all the parts ahead of time. So I mean, there's a lot more to the build process than just what you see live. So I mean, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. That's very fair. people like different things, but I'm just saying I don't really understand or agree with people when they just say that they're not interested in these kits because they don't like SD kits. I can understand not liking SD kits, but it kind of doesn't really apply to these. I think it is generally, unless it's just the proportions and all that you don't like, which anyway, to each their own. But even if you're not a fan of SD kits, I would definitely recommend trying out the MGSD line because the kits are so nice that I think you might find that you just might end up liking them. And moreover, yeah, why limit yourself? Why deprive yourself of something that you might find that you actually like? Unfortunately, the wings don't have any left to right thing going on here. Oh, that's all. So it's going pretty quick so far. I'll try MGSD Neo's Young. I mean, that would be cool. There we go. Just trying to see exactly where that part there lined up. All right. I think my long question might have intimidated Zach. Oh, I didn't see a long question there. Sorry. I am trying to speed build to remember. Let me see. What long question? Simply reading the manual before building posted. I didn't see a long question here. Sorry. Talk about trying out stuff. I might build more Machine Krieger Robot Battle 5 kits. Haven't touched more of them. Besides the Bullet Knights I bought last year. You mean the what? Ammo Knights. That's what. Knights. Ammo Knights, Hammer Knight. Probably Ammo Knights maybe is what you're. Is the Ammo Knights? What's the other knight? I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, Bullet Knights is Megami device. But yes, yeah, you should. They are a lot of fun, and especially if you enjoyed those, then I mean, those are the weird ones that are technically not Maschinen Krieger, but they're like Maschinen Krieger in almost every way, other than the fact that they're like sort of technically not. But yeah, you should definitely check out some more. You would really enjoy like any of the suit, probably, because they're very similar. So like any of the wave suit kits you would like. Yeah, Ammo Knight, right. It's way back in the chat, but I can just email support or wait till the next giveaway stream. Yes, you can do that, or if you want to put it back there in the chat again, I'll look at it, but just so long as I don't miss it again. Okay, now we have a different left-right thing going on here. I knew there would be something. Like that. It's where it gets tricky, where I have to, where it really slows me down, making sure that I'm putting the right parts on here. That's nice though. Okay. The wings. And one thing that I think I like about the proportions of this is the fact that because it's in SD proportions, that makes the wings not quite so big, and I like that about this version, that proportionate to the body, the wings are not as large. I think they look nice being like a little bit smaller there. I mean, they're probably like proportionally to the body, it's probably similar, but I mean, I think it just looks a little bit nicer like that. So, all right, I have to make this other connection bit for the back, and then I think we'll probably wrap it up for today. There is still the weapons left. I'll finish that up off stream and work on the review for you guys very soon. But I do need to get going here in just a few minutes, so it is just about that time. But I thank you guys for hanging out on this Monday afternoon. This morning was weird for me. I was in like a very weird haze, like a fog. So I don't know. I kind of, fortunately, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna get to the live build here today or not, but things did clear up a bit, and I was able to obviously get this done. And I think it looks great. So yeah, once again, very impressed with this line. What's crooked about the wings or something? I have to check why the wings that don't look aligned. But yeah, good stuff. I'll finish up the weapons and work on that review for you guys. Thank you for hanging out, everyone. Example item, Revenger Bird Impulse. Revenger Bird Destiny Impulse pre-discount price is $65. Discount 9%. Post price $58.99. Do I end up paying pre-discount price if I go to the storefront? Whatever it says online is what you would pay at the storefront. So whatever discount price it shows on the website, that's what it will ring up as in the storefront as well. So yeah, there's no, yeah, no, that's not a thing. Whatever it shows online is the same. All right, everyone. I wish you a pleasant Monday evening. And I'll see you later. Everyone in the store is insanely helpful. Go whenever you can. Yes. I mean, it's usually just, I mean, these days, Maddie's in there. And so it's usually just her in there. But sometimes when I'm like popping through the storefront, someone will ask a question. I try to help out. And that probably happens to Adam or other people from time to time. But yes, we're all very helpful here. So thank you guys so much. I'll see y'all later. Have a good rest of your Monday.